Last week, we brought to you the first part in a series on investing in Kenya with KNADS, and it's recently launched KNADS PLC. This week, we conclude our show with the same panelists, and that is Ambassador David Kaisheru, Deputy Chief of Missions at the Kenyan Embassy in Washington, D.C., and the KNADS PLC leadership. Welcome.
There has been a lot of questions of us filing taxes twice, but what I understand is, we can file 0 and keep going. But then again, I'm confessing that we are investing in Kenya, and we are investing that with the money that has already been taxed here in America. But then again, when we file taxes in Kenya, we get taxed again. Kindly clear that issue as well, sir. Thank you.
The issue of ID, when is your next AGM?
Well,
I was going to ask a question that actually follow up with one of the question that Washo is asking also that you might answer with that. Some of us, most of us here in the United States, some, maybe not most, but some of us in the United States as women here are married to American citizens, natural. And the biggest problem coming to the embassy to get an ID is that you're asked to bring your husband with you so that they can sign off for you. And that is a big challenge, because some of our husbands don't want to come there because, you're a grown woman. Why do you need to be accompanied by your husband? Or why do you need your father's ID or mother's ID in order to get a Kenyan ID? Or even to change your name?
Can I answer that question?
So, yeah.
Miriam, we have to be very careful of following the rules and procedures that are laid down by the government for IDs. You cannot surpass ideas. When you go to motor vehicle today, okay, you get a list of documents you bring, okay? You don't go back and question them this and why this done. You don't do that. So you cannot do the same thing to your government. So that's question number one of issue of IDs. There's very specific rules that are set aside because we are outside Kenya. We're not in Kenya where we are doing ID. So we have to follow very strict rules to make sure that we are giving IDs to real Kenyans. We're not giving it to anybody else. The issue of bring your father, I don't think that's I don't know which rule is that. We can ask you to bring the ID of your father or of your mother, but bring your husband. I've never had that. That's I have Americans who are married to Kenyans who are married to white Americans, and you don't have that problem. That's not an issue at all. I can assure you that. I don't know where that information came from, but you don't have that. That's very trivial. But there are rules that are set aside for the protection of identity. We are collecting biometric information of individuals, and we must make sure that we are correct individuals of the local country. So if you are in the United States and you don't have an ID, or you had an ID before 1992, there is no database to verify who you are saying you are. There are some layouts that we have to follow up. And we are not pushing that to stress or to punish you because you are in the diaspora. No, let's not trivialize that. Let's take that aside. On the issue of IDs, Washo, is we have done a lot of programs, and Robert is here, Dr. Rotich is there, Chris is there. We have done a lot of campaigns. We have a lot of remote programs out there. But you have to ask us, I will challenge you, Washo, you tell me the next AGM, and you take care of coronavirus, clear the coronavirus, I give you that responsibility. Then you will come and visit with you. One of the things you have done, and Chris, you must notice this, we have really stepped out travel the last 1 year before, until COVID kicks in. We actually forfeited our own travel so that we allow people to travel to do this ID registration. And one of the things we are pushing on is that we didn't know at the time of the Huduma number we applied to get, because ID became a more fundamental issue, especially in your circles organization. And we have done programs like this in Atlanta, we have done in other areas. There's no reason why we should do that. And we don't have to be visceral, in that kind of argument. We are here to give you services. Where the mistakes have happened, we own up to it, okay? But where what we don't want to do is trivialize the idea of ID identification. It's a very important process, because we want to make sure that the IDs we are giving to you Kenyans, and we are not doing it in your own country. We are doing it outside the country. So if we can reset the button, Washo and Marianne, I would ask you, tell me when you're doing the AGM, you reach out to me. I'll promise to make sure that we meet your services. I'm sure you also hear Kenyans who have very, very good experience in Kenya. So on equal measures, we have sometimes a good significant of complaints. We own up to that. We also have compliments. So it's a process and in services we are improving on with limited resources. When we do IDs, it's actually not a function, Chris, of immigration. It's not a function of Minister of Foreign Affairs. It's a function of Minister of Interior. So these are the services we are trying to leverage on the budget that is set aside for this. But that's not your problem. That's not for you to know. But let's reset the button. You tell me when you are getting your AGM, we'll do an ID registration in your area. You tell me which state. Now I'm hearing you all from different states. So if you're in California, our LA office can come and do the ID office in your area. If you're in Atlanta, we have done 3 times now in Texas. We have done in Atlanta. We have done in Boston. We have done in Midwest. We have done in Minnesota. So we have been traveling around. And as we meet organizations like you, and as mentioned before, one of our services in the embassy is to service diaspora organizations like you. So we have we met 80% of them now? So we have met almost 70% of that secondary organization. And they will tell you a different story than you're telling us. So we met others. So we have to maintain that positive attitude among us. So we're going to give services we can. Where we fail, we own up to it, but we will fail to rectify that. Okay, with the limiters, we have resources. I know statistically how many IDs we process per year. Anytime we pick up an ID person, we ask them, what is your address?
This is Dr. Mwalari. I'm in North Carolina, and first I must thank His Excellency for giving us a very good brief on the opportunities which are available. I also want to thank KNADS for what they've done, and I've heard about KNADS. My wife actually is a member of KNADS, and I think you are going in the right direction, and you have our support. Now, one of the questions I wanted to ask is to His Excellency, and before I ask the question, I also want to commend His Excellency because, for one, myself, I've gone to the embassy, and I have had no problem. I mean, I went there with my whole family, and we came back satisfied, except only one document which I'm following, and everything else was done. And I think I was satisfied of the service. So sometimes it's a way of course, the issues are approached, and I think the embassy is doing an excellent job. And this is this time when the Honorable Gachero is there. So I commend you for that. Now, the question I wanted to ask you is the ANCOA was supposed to be it's an act.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Promote.
Yeah.
Movement of goods from the US to Africa, for example, or to any of the countries like Kenya, and the movement of goods from, let's say, Kenya to the US.
Yes.
Of course, you've outlined some of those opportunities for movement of goods from there or movement of business from here to Kenya. For movement from Kenya towards this side, you mentioned tea and coffee. Are there other opportunities, especially moving goods manufactured in Kenya towards here? So what can you say about that?
Dr. That's a very good question. First of all, let me just explain what's the difference between AGOA and the FTA. With AGOA, Dr. Molari, is what is called general special preference. Okay? Under WTO, the US government says, okay, we're going to help countries in sub-Saharan Africa with 3,000 items. There are actually 3,000 items, Dr. Molari. So you only use maybe hundreds of them. But they say we are giving you preferences for tariff-free goods to come to the United States of America without a reciprocal, without any reciprocation. Okay, nothing required that the United States have to ship wheat to Kenya or sugar to Kenya for free from agricultural products. No, this is only a special preferences. The idea of AGOA was started during Clinton administration to help African countries move up economically, so that they are able to negotiate, they are able to move politically or economically upward. So there were probably 3,000 items, Dr. Molari, and we have not used all of them. And this is where I now come to FTA, Dr. Molari. This is a very good question. The issue FTA is a reciprocal. We are telling United States we are equal partners in trade. Okay, let's sit on the table, and I sit on my table, and create a win-win relationship. Okay, because you find that, Dr. Molari, because of lack of that business environment, there are very few foreign direct investment to invest on those products in Kenya. Let's give you an example. With this general special preference, this AGOA Act, we should have investors running to Kenya, okay, to start add value to tea and coffee and agriculture, so that they export that tea back to the United States. So why did not that happen? The reason why it did not happen, because AGOA or GSP is a temporary measure. That's number one. Number two, the business environment, as Washo said, if you want to go and establish a business in Kenya, there are things you want certainty. You want the way you are taxed here, you want that certainty. Okay? The way you do when you open a business, you want that certainty. The way you operate, the way you deal with legal stuff, the way you pressure your issue, those things you want them. You want that the environment you work in business here, you want that mirror in Kenya. That is what has been missing. And that's why you find, Dr. Molari, countries like, I'll give you an example like Vietnam. Vietnam in 2000, they did a barato with the United States. Okay? At the peak of everything, Vietnam was doing $25 billion of textile to the United States. In the whole of Sub-Saharan Africa, we have not done more than $500 million a year of textile to the United States. Don't matter. The reason is because you don't have, because if we do have FTA now, you know who is the biggest investor in Vietnam? The Chinese. They close the border, they establish factories, they manufacture stuff, they sell stuff to the US. So when you create certainty in business environment, it's a game changer. Because right now, we want American company to come, build a super highway from Nairobi all the way to Juba, all the way to Banjul, all the way to Yaoundé, all the way to Lagos. You build those companies that can invest in that. We are not telling them, come and bring your manufacturing job. Come and create those infrastructure to support us African countries to do more business with one another. Because the more business we do more than African. If we can do 20% of our business between our East African partners, increase it. That's it. 70% of the US economy is in the United States. That's the resilience of US economy is based because of that. The trade among themselves account for the 60% of the economy. So if we do the same thing in Africa, we need those enabling structure. And that is what is missing with AGOA. But you are right. Until 2025, Dr. Molari, you can do AGOA in Kenya. So those things are there, the products are there. You have an idea, you want to export something from Kenya to here, you want to add value, talk to me. We can talk about it. Come with a business plan. The idea right now for Kenya Tea Development Authority for tea is to make sure that 40% of tea exported out of Kenya has value addition to it. Same with the coffee. We want coffee, 40% of the coffee exported from Kenya has add value to it. We want to breed organic farming. There's so much opportunity in organic farming, even here. We can do so much organic farming in Kenya and bring it here. So the opportunities of flowers and everything is there now on that.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ambassador, and thank you, my co-host, Washu. I've run out of time, guys, but before we come to Washu to summarize today's show, I've noticed some people who woke up in the morning very early in Kenya and are also on this forum. So I think what it's only in order to ask Jael Onyango. She has a message for the ladies. So Jael, please just introduce yourself and take about 2 minutes to just say hi to the ladies. These are the ladies who are making things happen, and briefly outline what they can gain from you. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chris. Washu and everyone else on set. It's early in the morning in Kenya. Actually, I woke up at 3. I had to put an alarm so that I'm able to attend the meeting. It has been a long journey, and I think it's overdue that we are able to meet together on a virtual platform and we're able to come, beyond COVID situations. So Jael Onyango is a director, founder of Quest Investments. And the main functionality of Quest Investments is basically a business consultancy. Just like I've heard of my sisters Washu and everyone else talking about what do I need to do? How do I believe that whatever I'm putting my money in Kenya is not to waste? A lot has happened. I'm also part of Diaspora because I think through Chris, you can believe I've been there, I've met forums, and I'm looking forward to meet more. So for my existence, or the company existence, is to be a perfect link in between my fellow ladies, because when ladies say something, they do it. And I'm not being offensive to my brothers and our men counterpart who are supporting us so much. We have opportunities in Kenya. There's so much you can do in Kenya, even when you are still in States. So the reason for Quest existence is to be this link whereby we work within realtors, we work within between buyers, between investors, so that in case of anything, we're able to cite for you where these properties that already we've done due diligence, so that by the time you are coming in, you are not worried because you are not talking to anybody on the streets. Quest Investment is a registered company. The director, Jael, has 18 years experience in terms of sales and marketing solutions. So in terms of availability of what you can do in Kenya is so much that you cannot even do on this set, because I'm seeing we're almost running to 5 in the morning in Kenya, and there also I'm seeing everybody's running out of time. So why do you need to work with us? Is because the due diligence is there, easier transactional process, A to Z, conveyancing, follow-up. We provide a variety of products mix. In states, people want to get townhouses, people want to get land, people want to get apartments. Like as a circle, why don't you come together and just get this apartment? And we are able to give you the value of your money. So it is not apartment you buy and the money is sitting. We are able to even get beyond just buying. And through partnership, you realize that we have partners, not only realtors, but even the service providers, so that we have those very highly vetted B&B experts. So you realize, Madam Washu, you get a whole apartment strategically situated in Westlands, like the ones we have with various partners we have. It's money coming in. You put in money, but it's money coming in. It's well spread. Roysambu, Thika, Nakuru, name it. We are able to give you a well spread out opportunity, so that when you put in money, then you are able to get value for it. And why will we come? Because the many challenges that we've always had when I come to states, when I'm able to get the opportunity through KTN, is people do not even have, whom do I send to view these properties? So for Quest, you realize that what we have on our website is that we even give you the 3D walkthrough. So you don't have to send your brother or your uncle, because what you like is not what your brother likes. They might not know what you really look for. So you're able to walk through, on a button of your phone, go through our website, and you're able to walk through the property, see the finishes, see the size of the houses. We have opportunities whereby you are able to see a whole unit sitting in a 250 square meters. That's so huge, and sometimes you make decisions faster. So we are using technology so that we're able to reach you faster. We are using good finishes. We want to give you value for your money. So
young lady.
Yeah, Judy. So we are using all that. We offer end user solutions. So we are partnering with various establishments. Good opportunity as we speak. The Edma suits, you can actually Google them. The Edma suits is one of our contracted partner to ensure that even when you buy as a community or as a group or as a person, then you are able to get value for your money immediately. We enable one-on-one interaction even with the developers. So we don't have to say, there's no go-between, we don't want to deal with brokers, honestly. No, deal with the company registered. You have somebody to answer, and we are highlighted. We are very elated because we are getting to get into partnerships with the real people. Like Washu, I'd really love to get inbox after this, that we know how do I help my fellow women to come to Kenya. I'm a woman myself. I come to States a lot, and as Chris has said, so I know a lot of these worries that people normally have. We have a variety. Talk of townhouses, flats, gated community models, mansionettes, bungalows, standalones, rental income, monthly, or even B&B. Talk about hostels. Talk about land. We can think of how do we do farming? How do we do even agriculture? How do we do all this? Cleaning services. Why can't we be a service provider? We are struggling with garbage collection. We are struggling with recycling. We think the whole ecosystem of our own property is so huge that you guys in States have got better knowledge and technology that can come to Kenya, so that you give value, not only as an investor, but how can you still partner in through Quest, and you're able to do all these services. So a lot can be said. It's not enough for us to do it here, but I can tell you through Quest, you are able to get, widespread. It's a mix that you are able to get around Kilimani, that's within town, 15 minutes to CBD. Madam Washu, you are in Kenya, don't have to look for an hotel. Have your own house there. When you are in States, let that house give you rental income on B&B, because we have a partner that will manage that. Money is paid to you, then the company only remits you an invoice at the end of the month. So nobody comes between you and your money. We want to make you have value of your money. Around Kilimani area, around Westlands area, around Kikuyu, around Thika, Family House, Ruai, name it, Nakuru. Beautiful. So I know through Amalwa we'll be able to share our website, our catalog, and I'll be looking forward to inbox, this is forum, and I think I'll really request that we get to discuss how we can really push what we have, which is clean, and you're able to see what we're able to deliver. And I think, Chris, I'm so happy. Thank you so much, Washu. Today I'm not the main host, but I'm glad that I'm able to give just a tidbit of what Quest can do, and I'm here for you as the director, and I'm very glad that we are able to do better.
We do thank you for reaching out and wanting to know what PLC is. We hope most of you have been educated on what KNADS PLC is and how it actually came about. And with our ambassador here, we were able to actually beat down to the to the core, the reason why actually PLC would be the best way to go, and it is actually the best way to invest. So before I summarize on what I have here, which will be very quick, Miss Jael, I know it's very early in the morning, but do expect that Marianne Getz will reach out to you.
Thank you.
We do have investors that we work with, or rather we do have partners who we work with, and looking for partners is actually a job for us. Looking for trusted partners is actually a job for us. But I think it's probably because the ladies who we really respect them, and we want to do a background check, proper background, check on these companies. I'm sure you'll be getting a call from Marianne Getz, and we would like to have you on board as one of our partners. So Dr. Lucy Mackenzie and Marianne Getz, those are the best people. They spoke before, we started, right after we started the show. So my summary will include them putting a little bit of a summary, and then we'll put you back, Chris, if you allow us.
Yeah, go ahead.
Dr. Mackenzie.
Okay. Thank you, everybody, for coming to join this conversation. It has been very enlightening for us. And I see like our Balozi has already left, but we definitely appreciate him, and we will be definitely inviting him to our next AGM, which will be in either March or April of 2021. It will be in Baltimore, so it's close by. It's just a drive away from his office. With regards to KNADS Circle, we thank all the KNADS Circle members who have joined, and for the gentlemen who have been here with us from the beginning, especially the ones from DUT, we thank you very much, and we've had an opportunity to engage with you, our initial engagements with you, with your team, and we look forward to engaging some more, because like one of you has posted there, as diasporans, we need to actually be able to work together in order for us to leverage and do big things in Kenya. We are, instead of competing, we can complement each other in areas where we have strengths, and be able to be successful as diasporans in helping our country to grow and create employment and create social change when we work together. I think we have already left that phase. We need to leave that phase of competition. We need to be more working together in synergy and collaborative. When I hear something that DUT can do, I need to be able to just call the DUT team and let them know, hey, there's an opportunity here that has come up, and I think it's really falls within what you guys are doing, and you guys can explore it. And likewise, we would want that when you are hearing somebody who's looking for a way, especially if they're a lady, whether they're in US or in Canada, or one of the 23 North American countries that is looking to invest back home, and it is not, they want to do it safely, you can gladly refer them to KNADS Circle to become a member and partake of the benefits that one can have. So we thank you, Chris, for hosting us here on your show, and we truly are grateful, and the 1,400 plus women definitely appreciate that you have put KNADS out there in the map. Thank you so much, and for you in the diaspora, have a great evening, and for us here in Kenya, the day is just beginning. Some of us got up early at 2 a.m., but it was for a very, very good cause. Thank you so much, Chris. Back to you, Washo.
Marianne, thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, Chris, Washo. Thank you, my counterpart, Lucy Mackenzie. I appreciate you, and I really, truly appreciate our Excellency, the Ambassador, although he has left before we thanked him. But I want to appreciate him for especially the enlightening insight he has given us in regard to the opportunities out there. And that's really the biggest reason we formed the PLC, is to be able to get these opportunities and benefit from them for our members and for all those around us. So I'm very, very thankful for that. And we are looking at all those opportunities that are out there, and we will be following up with the ambassador who has given us the opportunity to go and see him, because like forming the PLC was really the channel through which we'll be able to access all of these opportunities. So I want to thank everybody for being here tonight, for giving us the opportunity to introduce ourselves to you, to listen to us. Chris, thank you so much. We appreciate you for helping us get some limelight. Is it called limelight? Yes.
Real quick, it seems that the ladies, people have been listening, and again, we cannot stop thanking everybody that made this show be, including especially the participants. And what we are getting right now on our phones, I think my phone number has traveled. I've had I'm getting a lot of, I want to join, how do I join KNADS, how do I join PLC? Now, just to talk about that real quick, you cannot be a KNADS PLC member. Again, it's a private company only for KNADS SACCO. You have to be a SACCO member first and then choose to join the PLC. So I just want to put it out there first that you have to be a KNADS SACCO member. And our membership, you can find it on our website. And it is on www.knadssacco.com. If somebody can type it down there, I think probably Waringa already did. Our members already did. And then for the PLC, which will be after and only after, you must be a KNADS SACCO member, because again, this is a private public company only meant for KNADS SACCO. And then that's the time you can join the KNADS PLC.
That's it for us on this series. We hope that you enjoyed the show. Please join us again next week as we bring you more stories from the diaspora. My name is Chris Omalwa. See you next week.